Welcome back on this Thursday morning. We're here with Sergeant Clark Parrott, and I can't believe it. It basically feels like summer's already over because it's the middle of July, and that honestly scares me because I don't want summer to be over yet. But that doesn't mean we should put our guard down because, you know, the summer season is nearing its end, but I guess it's not really. But how can we still remain safe throughout the summer season? I feel like summer is a time where lots of folks are out and about on the roads, the water, whatever it may be. How can we be safe the rest of the summer?
Well, we need to continue to be vigilant.
Right.
Currently, we are about 4% below last year's fatality numbers, and from Memorial Day to Labor Day is what they call the 100 deadliest days of summer, and we've made it to 4th of July. And fortunately, over 4th of July weekend, we had 0 fatalities in Troop E. You know, but again, we need to remain vigilant, whether we're driving or out on the water. We have worked a couple of drownings the last couple of weeks, and our Marine guys have been extremely busy on the Current River with that. But we just need to continue to be vigilant and understand that if alcohol or other impairments are going to be part of our plan, we need to have a safe designated driver or a captain of our boat while we're out and about, and just keep working toward Labor Day and not let up, and understand that we still have, you're right, summer feels like it's about over, but we still got all kinds of fairs and festivals and the Grill It Up event in Dexter this weekend to get through. So, you know, let's just, you know, continue to do what we've been doing, and it's going to be a great summer.
Exactly. And you had mentioned that you guys are 4% down on fatalities, correct? Do we know if there's any contributing factor to that? Is it people wearing their seatbelts, people not as distracted? Is there any, you know, details on why that could be as of yet?
Well, last year, and we trended up for about 4 or 5 years, and now it's starting to come back down a little bit. I think, you know, opportunities like this that you give me to come in, and as long as we continue to raise the awareness of it, to go out and you know, I hate to blame COVID because COVID got blamed for everything on it, but a lot of people weren't out and about. So our numbers were down, but then all of a sudden, boom, everybody got over that pretty quick in 2021. Now we just have to continue to remind folks, obey all laws, you know, the speed limit, wear your seatbelt, don't drive distracted. And a lot of people don't understand, Missouri is now a hands-free law, a hands-free state, meaning you cannot have anything in your hand while you are driving that could be distracted as far as an electronic device. We are using this year as an educational year, but January 1st of 2025, we will start issuing tickets for people that are driving distracted, texting and driving, things like that, because when you consider that distracted driving is one of the leading causes of fatal traffic crashes, if we can stop that, our fatalities will go down. And it's not an issue until it happens to you or your family. Then we got to do something about it. Well, if we can take little snippets like what we're doing right now, let's be proactive instead of reactive with it.
And I could imagine that, you know, once January comes around and you guys start to, you know, make those stops and hand out those tickets, people probably won't be happy because in their eyes it'll probably seem so minuscule, but in reality you could be saving their life from something that could happen 10 minutes later if they were to get into an accident because they had their phone in their hand. So obviously that is so important that we are hands-free. For the summertime, what do we feel like are the biggest things that you guys see that happens, whether it's on the roadway, water? Is it accidents? Is it speeding? What are we seeing? Speeding
is a huge, continues to be a huge problem, and along with the distracted driving, we don't get bonus points, or raise the degree of difficulty, if you will, with our driving. But one of the biggest things this time of year is making sure our vehicles are still roadworthy. With these temperatures that we have had, we're seeing a large number of blowouts with tires separating because of the heat and things like that. And we just encourage people, take your car to a local garage, especially if you've got a trip planned, because I know we still got 6 weeks of good driving and summer weather. So if you're planning a long drive or going across the state, make sure your vehicle is roadworthy before you do that, because the last thing you want to do is be stuck on the interstate with a flat tire and now your spare's in bad shape as well. So let's just make sure that we continue to push toward, you know, driving our fatalities down. Make sure that everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing in a safe and prudent manner.
Yeah, and I feel like you had said that we still have 6 weeks of lots of things to do, and vacations tend to be, I think, something that happen, you know, now they want to get it in before school starts, and so don't make your vacation start on a bad note. You want to, you know, start that vacation on a good note. Well, Well, that's all such great advice, and we hope that everyone has a great rest of the summer, but just make sure that you are doing it safely so that you can start the school year or whatever it may be on the right foot. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll be back in just a bit.